Okay, 19. Let's see.
Good evening. No traffic.
Okay, acknowledging ZS6SNY. Any other check-ins? ZS6OPS standing by.
Yeah, just mention the guys that gave you apologies and you get more names.
Okay, no further check-ins. I know 6PS and 6, what's his call sign now? SKV. They've given apologies. I'll put them on the list. Any other check-ins for this evening? There's 6 OPS standing by. Just to let the listeners know that those wishing to join the net this week, Zoom is open. If you don't have the please contact me on 082-859-2684. That is 082-859-2684. And I'll gladly send you the link. You can join us as well on Zoom. The ZS6. Okay. Second last call checking. So the 6 OPS standing by.
There was a lot of panic around here. No water down our street in our area, and then also on the CPF side, higher up, people are complaining about low water pressure.
Yeah, that's as a result of that power failure at Rand Water on Thursday. And then they had a second failure yesterday as well. Okay, last call for check-ins. There's 6 OPS standing by. All right, evening, everybody. Those of you that have got radios, you can just you can listen on channel 1 there. I'm going to try and double broadcast the weekly net just to give you an idea of what is going on there. Thanks. Echo 1 out.
Okay. I thought you were going out on the radio.
No, not at all. Okay, everybody. It's Sunday, what is today? Sunday, the 12th of March. And of course, this is the start of the weekly net. Just to let everybody know that I'm going to try and double broadcast chat tonight, which might be a little bit of a difficult one to do, but we're going to attempt it in any event if I can sort of get enough fingers, etc., to keep the microphones keyed up. Right, let's get started then. As I say every Sunday evening, that this net runs from 1900 on a weekly basis, and today being the 12th of March 2023, we're almost 3 months into the new year. And of course, we start off with the Roodepoort repeater amateur radio check-ins, which normally lasts about 5 minutes. And of course, the net is broadcast for the benefit of radio amateurs, disaster relief cert volunteers, and members of the general public and parties. Everyone is welcome to participate using either amateur radio or Zoom or both if you choose. For the benefit of those that do not have the Zoom link, you are more than welcome to contact me on 082-859-268. I will gladly send you the Zoom link and you join us every Sunday evening at 1900. Okay, Z6OPS returning. I'd also like to remind all the amateur radio listeners who have not checked in that you do not need to be a member of any group or club to check in or to use the repeater. All that is required of you, of course, is that you have a valid ICASA issued a license. This license issued by ICASA will automatically grant you the right to use any of the amateur radio bands at any time. There is no need to ask for or want permission from anyone else to use the repeaters or amateur radio bands. I would also like to encourage all the listeners and participants to share the Weekly Net, a Zoom link with everyone they know throughout South Africa. Doing so will help us grow the Weekly Net and will contribute to disseminating information as far and wide as possible. Okay, ZOPS returning. It's now time to introduce COVID-19 figures. As reported in the... Sorry, my apologies. As reported in the past 2 weeks, many tracking sites are closing down. So while John Hopkins is still available, I will provide the weekly figures. Globally, this week, the figures are standing at 676 million. Let me try that again. 676,609,000 compared to last week's figure of 675,963. This week, lowest yet again, is only 646,000 cases compared to the 980 of last week. And as mentioned, the lowest ever, as we've averaged approximately 3 million per week since the middle of 2020. Okay, ZS6OPS returning. South Africa, unfortunately, is not providing sufficient data with regards to the current COVID status. However, the one report has indicated that this week saw a new number of 1,894 cases, but unfortunately is not in actual fact reporting on the death toll. Now, moving on to Mpox. Mpox is globally reported at 86,391,000. My apologies. I think I picked up an unknown letter in my numbers there. 86,391 cases compared to the 86,306 from the previous week. Mpox this week saw an increase of 85 new cases, whereas the previous week was at 179. Now, South Africa, on the other hand, has reported that their death toll is still standing at 0 and still standing at 5 cases to date, so that there is still good news. Right, ZS6OPS returning. Following the current outbreak of measles, I'm now including the weekly figures in the interest of public health. As at the 8th of March, South Africa has 727 reported cases of measles compared to last week's total of 702. So we've seen an increase of about 25 new cases. Again, South Africa is modifying their week-by-week cases. I think there's a delay in the reporting, making it very difficult. However, Limpopo is still reporting the highest number of cases at 255, followed by the Northwest with 196. Gauteng this week is reporting 107, which equates to 8 new cases of measles in Gauteng. Cholera has not issued any reports, or there be no reports by the NICD or the Department of Health this week, and therefore the figures still stand at 6 cases with 1 death. Okay, ZS6OPS returning. Now, finally, in closing, I'd like to encourage everyone to register as a disaster relief cert volunteer. and to prepare and train to assist local communities when disaster strikes. Radio amateurs who have not checked in, please go ahead with your call sign now, and I'll add you to the end of this week's list. Okay, ZS6OPS returning, no further check-ins on that. In that case, I'd like to thank all those who have checked in this week, as well as those who have joined via Zoom. And of course, as the COVID-19 pandemic is still ongoing and is still infecting millions weekly, please remember to physically distance yourself and to wear a mask to protect others, especially the elderly who could lose their lives if they are infected with COVID-19. Now, remember that it's always best to sanitize or wash your hands on a regular basis in any event. For the week moving forward, be safe, be prepared, and of course, be happy. This is Zulu Sierra 6 Oscar Papa Sierra, now releasing 145.625 for general use. Cheers all.